Hello and welcome to HQ, where the lessons are 5 minutes and the learning lasts a lifetime. Today we're focusing on Columbus and why exactly did he go west. But before we dig into it, let's look at the backstory. Alright, so some of you may be looking at this map and saying, hey, this isn't a modern map, and you'd be right. This is a map of Europe in 1492, so over 500 years ago. And we're going to pay attention to 3 countries in particular on this map. The first one being Spain, that nice mustardy color. The next one being Portugal, that very light green color right next to it. And the third one is the Ottoman Empire, which is in modern-day Turkey and a little bit in Greece. And that is in dark green. Let's look at these 3, and we're going to look at them in particular, and then we're going to see how they tie together and how they apply to Columbus. Alright, so we're still looking at the backstory of why Christopher Columbus went west to get east. And the first reason is an economic reason. He wanted to go west for Spain and for Portugal to open up new trade routes because the Ottoman Empire is controlling all the trade. They're essentially the middlemen of the 15th century. They're controlling all the trade that's coming from Asia and from Africa, and they're charging exorbitant prices to Europeans who are more than willing to pay it because they don't have any other access to it. The Ottomans are not only the middlemen, they're monopolistic middlemen. They have the only way to get to some of these things, so they're going to charge you out the nose for it because if you want it, you have to pay their price. There is no other price you could pay. So the Europeans are tired of paying for it. And to go along with this economic reason, this is a double-edged sword here, is also a religious reason. The Ottoman Empire is a Muslim caliphate, while the other kingdoms of Europe are Christian. And Christians and Muslims do not play nice at all at this point in time. They do not like each other one single bit. They've been fighting crusades and jihads against each other for the past 600 years, essentially, and they've not gotten along at all since the whole thing was started in around 600 AD. So they being Portugal and Spain and other Christian countries, want to disrupt the Ottoman Empire's trade by going in and just taking the trade routes. Go around, find a different way. If the middlemen are going to make you pay out of the nose for something, just don't buy it. And if you have to have it, then go find it somewhere else. And that's what they're trying to do here. That's why Christopher Columbus sailed west. That's one of the reasons. He sailed west is because he wanted to get to Asia, and in Asia he's going to get those spices for himself. And he's going to open up a trade route to Europe. That way Europe does not have to pay the Ottoman Empire any more money. All right, now that we have the economic aspect laid down, let's look at the religious aspect. The first being is the finish of this thing called the Reconquista. The Reconquista was the reconquering of Spain by the Christian Spanish and Christian Portuguese against the Islamic Moors. Now, for a long time, these people have been fighting each other, and in 1492, the Reconquista finishes with the capture of Granada by the Spanish. This kicks the Moors out of Spain, but it doesn't end the Spanish mindset of always wanting to expand Christianity and expand Christianity by the sword. And in fact, they've been fighting for so long, it was kind of ingrained in their mindset of this is how you do things. And as such, has created militant priests who taught their congregations about how to spread religion, and it would be spreading religion by the sword at this point. And it created a group of people called Hidalgos, and I'm not talking about people like Viggo Mortensen in that weird movie where he's out riding horses in the desert. I'm talking about an actual class of people where they go out and they spread the religion by the sword. So you have the priests telling people to do it and the Hidalgos going out and do it. And these Hidalgos eventually become your conquistadors. These people who go out to Central and Southern America and take over the people living there. So we need to look at the religious aspect as well, and that's a big, big mindset. These people have been fighting for so long, they don't know what else to do. It's ingrained in their culture and in their mindsets. And again, this kind of ties back to the economics. They want to hurt Islamic power, and to hurt Islamic power, you hurt Ottoman power. To hurt Ottoman power, you take away their trade, so you go west. And in going west, people like Columbus actually wanted to go west, ally himself with the Chinese, Japanese, Indians, convert them to Christianity, and then in something that's very hard to understand as a modern person, like modern mindsets aren't really like this too much, but he wanted to ally with the Asians and then team up with them to take on the Ottoman Empire, crushing Islam. I don't know how you would necessarily crush a religion, but that's what he wanted to do, and then go take the Middle East, reclaim Jerusalem in the name of Christ, and in doing so, he believed, and many people like him believed, that this would bring in the reign of Christ for another 1,000 years, bringing eternal peace. Well, that about wraps up this lesson. Come back for the next one. See you next time. This is HQ, wrapping up for now.